Welcome back to Explore with John McFall. So far, we have seen that visibility matters, but visibility alone won't save you. To unlock real performance, businesses needed more than a snapshot and dashboards. They need orchestration. Orchestration means seeing the whole picture. It means connecting every data point, every actor, and every flow, inbound and outbound, into a single intelligent system. And you know what? Really easy to say, but it is so much harder to do. Why? Because the typical enterprise today is swimming in data, but drowning in noise. You've got shipment data in one ecosystem. You've got customer orders in another. You have production schedules on spreadsheets. You have freight data in your forwarder's portal maybe. And none of it talks to each other. Leadership teams are stuck in meetings trying to triangulate what's happening and what we can do about it. Meanwhile, service levels are suffering, costs are rising, and teams, they burn out. In this final section, we're going to show what orchestration really means. Not as a theory, but as a working, scalable, end-to-end capability. That is what FlowWise was built for. Modern supply chains aren't linear. They're networks, they're ecosystems. You have end-tier suppliers on one end, retail partners and end customers on the other. And in between we have ports, distribution centers, vessels, rail, road, reserve flows. Data is flying between ERPs, WMSs, TMSs, planning, MES, control towers, and spreadsheets. Most systems were never designed to talk to each other. They weren't built to share definitions, priorities, or even SKU. Take SKUs as an example. The same product might be identified one way in SAP, another in your WMS, and something entirely different by a logistics provider. We've seen global manufacturers with 3 or 4 instances of SAP alone, each with local naming conventions, and multiply that, by the number of regions, and now apply that across external partners, and suddenly you have a SKU explosion. Then add end-tier suppliers. Every layer down in the supply chain adds more variation, more naming conflicts, and more data duplication, and more uncertainty. And it's not just SKU codes. It's units of measure, location codes, status definitions, even basic concepts like ready to ship or delivered mean different things in different systems. And that's why orchestration matters. FlowWise acts as a coordination layer across this whole environment. It doesn't replace your system. It makes them work together. It maps these mismatches, it reconciles definitions, and most importantly, it surfaces what matters, not just what's available. Orchestration turns this system of systems into a coordinated, aligned engine of performance. Okay, let's bring this to life with a detailed walkthrough. Imagine a temperature-sensitive medical device. It's produced in Southeast Asia, assembled in Europe, and shipped to hospitals across the US. Its journey touches 7 different systems: supplier scheduling in SAP, manufacturing tracking in an MES, shipment creation in TMS, port booking and sailing schedules, customs clearance, carrier GPS, and telemetric feeds, IoT sensors monitoring the cold chain conditions. Every one of these systems generates data. Every one has its own alerts, risk modes, and thresholds. But unless they're connected, no one sees the whole picture. And here's what that looked like before orchestration. An issue in MES delayed final assembly by 36 hours, but the carrier wasn't informed, leading to a missed pickup. Cold chain sensors triggered, a warning mid-shipment, but it went unnoticed because it was unmonitored dashboard. US Customs held the shipment up, but planning teams only found out 2 days later when hospital deliveries were missed. This kind of fragmentation isn't rare. Unfortunately, it's actually standard. And now, here's what orchestration with FlowWise looks like. When assembly delays, FlowWise automatically updates the carrier, reschedules pickups, and alerts downstream systems. If the cold chain conditions spike, FlowWise triggers an automated stock diversion to preserve order fulfillment. If customs clearance fail, FlowWise runs a simulation, cost to wait versus cost to replace versus alternate inventory routes. And all of this is done without needing manual escalation chains. Instead of asking, what's gone wrong, planners are asking, what's the best response? It's not visibility, it's orchestration in action. This is the shift from firefighting to foresight, from scramble to structure, from status responding to situational awareness. That's what real-world orchestration delivers. We worked with a major energy firm managing logistics for offshore platforms. Their supply chain was structured across multiple regions, involving everything from daily rations and cleaning supplies to urgent engineering components and higher assets like generators and lifting equipment. Here's the problem. Once an item left the warehouse, visibility vanished. It was loaded onto the right vessel. Had it reached the platform? Was it still sitting idle at transit depot? Nobody could say for sure. Not without phone calls, spreadsheets, or walking the yard. FlowWise changed that. We integrated data across procurement and order fulfillment, warehouse and kitting, marine tracking and vessel schedules, offshore consumption and stock levels, on-hire equipment, contracts and cost models. This provided real-time insights into what was being shipped, where it was on the journey, and what was needed to be delivered. More importantly, it allowed them to prioritize high-risk or high-cost deliveries, plan replenishment based on actual offshore consumption, avoid unnecessary resupplies and duplicate shipments, track high asset dwell times and automate cost exposure alerts, reduce the number of emergency helicopter flights to deliver late or missing parts. The impact was immediate. Substantial reduction in resupply costs, better allocation of vessel space and chartered transport, tangible improvements in safety and service levels on offshore platforms. And for the first time, they had total visibility from requisition to reception across land, sea, and rig. Orchestration isn't about dashboards, it's about decisions. FlowWise delivers decision support at every node. Do I reallocate stock or expedite? Do I wait for consolidation or split the shipment? Do I alert the customer or hold? These aren't theoretical questions, they're daily trade-offs. And when left to humans alone, they're slow and inconsistent. FlowWise encodes decision logic, not just to alert, but to recommend, stimulate, and escalate. If a shipment is at risk, the system doesn't just flag it, it analyzes the downstream impacts, estimates the cost of different interventions, and offers a guided path forward. For example, if an inbound container is late, FlowWise checks if substitute stock is available in region and calculates if the swap is cheaper than air freight. If a part is urgently needed on a customer site, FlowWise evaluates whether cost, cross-docking inventory, pooling, or expedite fulfillment offer the best balance and cost and speed. If a line-side shortage is predicted, FlowWise can auto-reverse nearby inbound stock and trigger contingency plans. And with every event, the system learns decision trees get redefined, response models improve, manual fire drills become automated playbooks. At scale, no team can keep pace manually. Orchestration is how you turn supply chain noise into coordinated response, and FlowWise is how you scale that intelligence. Most supply chain leaders want control, but what they really need is confidence. Confidence that when a part is missing, they'll know. Let me give you an example. We saw this with a global manufacturer whose inbound teams were overwhelmed. They had 17 odd systems reporting shipment status. Each told a slightly different story. No one trusted the numbers. No one knew what to prioritize. And as a result, decisions were delayed or overcorrected. FlowWise changed that. By consolidating signals, flagging the high-risk issues, and connecting the dots from shipment to schedule to cost, we turn noise into direction. Confidence isn't about seeing everything. It's about knowing what to do next. Orchestration builds that confidence. It connects the silos, surfaces what matters, and creates a supply chain that sees, thinks, and, of course, acts. Visibility is the start. Orchestration is the goal. FlowWise was built to deliver both. From high-tech to healthcare, from energy to retail, we're helping global organizations take back control of their supply chains. Not just with data, with clarity, with confidence, and most importantly, with action. Thanks for watching this, and remember, go ahead and check out what those 130-odd thousand subscribers who support this channel are watching, and see how we are innovating across supply chain and bringing to your attention some of the key areas of differentiation and some of the key things that you can do to help drive improvements in your supply chain.